We are live here at the Dream Team Hangout. My name is Alessandro Liu. My beautiful wife is Kenya. Everyone should probably know who Kenya is by now. I got the awesome honor of being able to host the Hangout tonight with our rock stars we have. We're going to tell you a little bit about their eBay testimony, what they've done. Their Ds Domination, for those of you who are unaware of, is an online training platform that teaches you how to sell on eBay and Amazon using product sourcing from websites such as Amazon. And so just a real quick recap of who I am. Like I said, my name is Alessandro Liu. My wife is Kenya. We've been in Ds Domination since the beginning, back in August. We have actively been selling on eBay and Amazon, along with building the affiliate side of the business. And, you know, much like everyone else, we came across this opportunity that you could possibly make money online without having any inventory. And so we thought it was a little crazy at first, and so we gave it a shot and thought, my goodness, you could actually make money from your computer in your pajamas. I always thought that was a myth. But it isn't. And so we've seen a tremendous amount of success, but enough of me. What I'm going to introduce to you tonight is a group of individuals who have just people like myself and everyone else here that's probably hanging out on the Hangout has gone through and has been able to provide a second source of income or a primary source of income for their families. And they're going to tell you about their testimony, how they got started, and kind of what they do, and we'll kind of go from there. So enough talking about me because I'm boring. We're going to go and turn to Carly. Carly has joined Ds Domination probably, what, about a month ago, month and a half ago?
Almost 2 months.
Almost a month, okay, almost a month. And
almost 2 months.
Almost 2 months, okay. So you've been hitting the ground running, and we've seen your success, and we've seen what you've been doing over the last couple month and a half. And so I'm going to pass it over to you. If you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about Ds Domination and what it's done for you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. My name is Carly J. I am from Arizona, and I've been with the company Ds Domination for about 2 months. Absolutely love it. Wish I'd have found it a lot sooner. But what I have been able to do by following the training in the training platform is, as of today, which Kenya is the only person that knows this information, as of today, I've made over $1,200 in profit.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing.
It's funny because sometimes when my husband is home, he hears the eBay app, and he smiles every time it goes off.
That's great.
So it's been absolutely the funnest thing. It doesn't feel like work at all. I'm having way too much fun.
Well, that's great. Well, tell us a little bit more. Tell us how you got started and what were some of the things, even from the get-go, what actually happened, how did you, what were some of the things that you've encountered early on, and just kind of take it from there.
Okay, I spent approximately 3 years in a network marketing company. I had had enough. Took a little hiatus, some time off, and one of my good friends on Facebook sent me a message about Ds Domination. So after I watched, you know, the 4-minute intro video, I asked her. I said, "Okay, what's the catch?" So I'm a type of person that research things a lot. I want as much information as I can get before I do something new. So making the transition from network marketing to affiliate marketing was absolutely amazing. I love the differences, especially the team support, which is a huge factor for me. And it's just so easy. Anybody can learn it. Follow the instructions step by step, and it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. That's great. And so you're up to date so far. You made about, you said, $1,200 so far? Awesome, awesome. And tell us a little bit about your affiliate site as well. You've actually started doing some marketing with that as well, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Based on the Dream Team's training, I've been doing little pieces here and there, doing videos and marketing myself out there. and I have made a little over $200 in commission on the affiliate side, and I'm getting a lot of interest, and I absolutely love it.
Great. Now, have you done eBay or any kind of selling platform online before, or is this your first time?
First one. First time.
Okay. And what were your thoughts when you first thought about selling on eBay? Was there any kind of intimidation, like, oh my goodness, can I really do this? Or I mean, what was your
when I saw what the whole program was about, I said, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? That's the kind of brain I have. So I've always just used eBay for buying stuff. I never thought of actually selling on eBay. So when I found out what the system was all about, I was like, oh my God, this has got to be the easiest thing ever. So
awesome.
It was amazing. I love it. It's just so much fun.
And your family, what do they think about it?
My husband loves the eBay app.
Cha-ching.
Yeah. It was funny. My youngest daughter just moved out, and I was taking her to her new home. And it was funny because we were driving in the middle of nowhere, and the eBay app went off. And I looked at her. I said, "What the heck was that?" You know? And she's like, "Maybe it's the radio." I said, "No." And so I looked at my phone. I said, "Sweet." That was like day 2.
And how many sales do you average? How many items do you have listed?
Let's see. I have 67 items listed right now. And today I sold 9 items. On average, it's about 6.
And so you had to get up and you had to package all the items, and then you had to go to the post office and ship them off. Is that correct?
No. No. That right there was really amazing to me. Was the fact that you're making money on eBay, and you don't have to go to the post office, you don't have to buy supplies, when everything is shipped straight from the supplier.
There you go. So let me just reiterate that. I was just joking when I said that she went to the post office. She does not have to go to the post office. She's doing everything from her computer. So, so I just wanted to clarify that. I didn't want anybody to hear that and be like, oh, I'm not going to do this.
I know.
All right, Carly. Well, we're going to get back to here in a little bit. Judy, are you there? Hey, Judy, you there?
Yes, sorry.
All right. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
All right. Great. Well, tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from. Tell us your story with Ds Domination. Just give us everything. Feel free to start wherever you want and go for it.
Well, I started Ds Domination in December, and it was after a long career in accounting that just, I'm a CPA, and got to a point where I had been through, I think, 4 jobs in 3 years, and a year and a half of that being unemployed, and it was pretty much at the bottom, and found another internet marketing company for me, but then it just really didn't go until I started looking for something for my daughter to do from home as she took care of me. And I'm going, copy and paste. She's good at that. And so got her involved. She made her first sale within 7 days, taking care of a newborn. And I'm going, wait a minute, this is looking kind of fun. And I had picked up an accounting contract job, and I was working 60 to 65-hour weeks, but I started gradually listing stuff on eBay. And sure enough, before I knew it, I was making sales. And so, working extremely part-time, $600 profit. So, anyway, so I quit working the accounting job, and I am now doing DSD. That's pretty much my story.
Okay. Okay. And so, so now currently, how are you doing with Ds Domination?
I am focusing right now on just getting listings up. eBay was kind enough to give me an automatic increase, and then I called them up, got another increase, and so I'm just listing.
That's great. That's great. And how much have you made so far, roughly?
Actually, it's probably about $700–800 because I've made money on the affiliate side as well.
Oh, that's great. And that's all from your computer.
All from the computer, all from at home, all being able to watch my grandson when I need to. It's just sleep in, I can stay up, I can, you know. And don't get me wrong, I've had to put work into this, but it's fun. I mean, the hardest thing about buying and selling on eBay is picking what you want to sell, because there's so much out there. And of course, and then the other part is you want to buy everything you list, but that comes down the road.
So you're telling me, and just to clarify for everybody who's listening, that you don't you can pretty much sell whatever you want within certain guidelines and reason. I mean, obviously, if you see a pencil sharpener and you want to sell a pencil sharpener, you can do that. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. And currently, how many?
Money. And make money doing it.
And you make money doing it. Absolutely.
Yes.
And currently, how many items do you have listed?
I have 80.
I'm sorry, I lost you.
80.
80. Okay, that's what I think. 80. Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, you know, $700–800 is could be either a house payment or it could be a car payment. So, you know, doing that on a monthly basis is a really nice achievement for having to do it with the convenience of your computer. So that's awesome, Judy. We're excited for you, and we understand that you're going to Las Vegas. Is that correct?
I am.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yes.
And for those of you who don't know, Las Vegas is going to be the first Ds Domination event. It's the first annual event that we have here. It's going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada, the end of May, I think May 29th, 30th, and 31st, I believe. And so we'll talk more about that afterwards here. I want to say thank you so much, Judy. We appreciate that. It's awesome what you're doing, and we're excited to have you on the team.
Had a blast.
Awesome. Well, our next individual is coming to us from all the way on the other side of the world. Julian is in Singapore, and had the honor to hear Julian the other night. He was talking to Kenya, testing Skype, and was telling us some of his story. And so, Julian, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Julian, I am so excited you're at the beach and you're able to be with us at the Google Hangout. That is so cool. It's like I can never get internet access on the beach, but somehow you got it.
No, in actual fact, I've got the back of my window behind me.
Okay.
It's kind of a messy, so I love the Hangout because it gives me the opportunity to change. I can put a hat, I can put glasses on, I I could do literally thing to make it exciting.
That's great. That's great.
Well, for those of you, let me give an intro on myself. I've been in IT for a good, well, as much as nearly 20, 30 years in information technology. I'm kind of tech savvy to say. I also have an IT company that I run with my partners, except that I kind of, well, long that business didn't go very well, and therefore I decided I'm going to switch places with my wife. She wants to go back to the workforce, and I decided I'll stay home and become the housewife. Basically, I cook, clean, do the laundry, I do everything while my wife goes to work. And I was dabbling in internet marketing for a good 1 year, and for almost 10 months. Quite honestly, I've dabbled with so many opportunities. I've spent so much, and I've made literally nothing compared to what I invested. And somebody from one of my opportunities said to me is, why don't you give this a shot? I said, what is it? She says, it's called DSD. Why don't you take a look at it? So I said, okay, I'll take a look at DSD. And being tech savvy, I've sold my old computers, I've sold my old handphones, my old game consoles all over the internet before. And when I saw what DSD did, how Roger explained how we don't need to pre-buy, I can tell you the lights just blinked in me. And I literally just signed up, and within 24 hours I made my first sale. And from then on, I tell myself, I say, hey, this is definitely something I'll know how to do, and I believe it's going to give me what I want to do. Okay, so since 1st November last year till today, I was just counting, it's 5 months since I've been on DSD. I'm a power seller. I've managed to get my ratings increased. I don't sell very much, but I have about 100 listings right now. And at the close of last month, I made close to about $1,200 net profit.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So this is something. Thank you. And this month, I intend with the information and with the learning that I've done, because I find that these webinars are super motivational. I believe everyone who wants to make this their, be it their part-time or their full-time business, for me it's a full-time, there's so much in here, and there's so much things that we can learn. It's beyond this. I mean, like I said, I'm from an IT background, so going through reading FAQs and reading all the necessary things that eBay provides, Amazon provides, DSD provides for that matter, I think it's a fantastic library of information, whereby it all boils down with the time to read, the time to spend to read, and you don't need to bother anybody if you don't want to. There's so much we can learn, and of course it's so much easier because what, 50,000 of us right now, that at any time you can just message somebody that you're linked with, and hey, I have a question, do you have the answer? So it's a fantastic community, and I love it very much. And I think this is really something that is going to bring me to the next level. I'm looking forward to a fantastic Christmas this year, honestly. Okay, so what else can I say about DS Domination? I think this is something great. I love the policies behind it. Nobody forces me to take up the next level. Nobody is telling me that I need to buy this, buy that, buy that. Which, for those of you who are doing affiliate network marketing, 99 out of 100 opportunities always say it's great, but when you come in, they say you need to buy this, you need to buy that. I even coined a phrase, they keep asking you to put your money down. Okay, you get a product, you need to have traffic, you need to have marketing, and you need to have domain. But here in DSD, I have all of these for what? $20 US? It's unbelievable. I don't need to spend a cent further than that if I don't wish to. Okay, so that's the beauty about what DSD is all about. Follow the training. Everything is there. Cut and paste. You're good to go. What can I say?
So Julian, if I understand you correctly, are you saying that you get all the training modules, you get access to unlimited amounts of support through webinars, and these are live webinars, if I'm correct. Is that correct? Live webinars, training modules that show you step by step how to actually, from starting your eBay account to actually finding the products on Amazon, and this is all for how much did you say?
20 US.
20 US dollars. 20 US dollars.
1995 to be exact.
Wow, 1995 to be exact. Well, that's pretty amazing because, you know, I know like other companies as well out there, they always want to get you on this big buy-in, you know, buy in and pay this several $100, several $1,000 buy-in, and then we'll give you some tools, but really it's all up to you. But here, from the get-go, you're saying that you could start making money without even recruiting anybody. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Conversely, like I said, I've dabbled in so many opportunities before finding DSD, and my biggest expenditure on one of my opportunities is close to 7,000 US dollars. And what did I make from that opportunity? Nothing, because I started in with the 25 US, and then they tell me to go to the 100 US, and then the 300 US, and then the 500 US, then the 1,000 US, and finally to even close to 3,500 US. All in, by the time I popped everything, including domains, web autoresponders, and what have you not, I spent close to 7,000 US dollars.
Wow.
With the promise I'm supposed to be able to make a decent living. But what did I made? I made an indecent amount of frustration. But not here on Ds Domination. Okay?
Wow.
So this is something whereby... Sorry?
Oh, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, it broke up. I couldn't hear the last few...
Oh, I was just going to say, go ahead and finish your thought.
Oh, yeah. I could go on and on and on. Quite frankly, Ds Domination is my nightmare, which is my good dreams, my good nightmare. I wake up every night looking at my phone and I keep seeing sales, sales, sales. And I even tweak my phone such that I have a different tune for when messages come in and when a sale comes in, and it plays a tune because I'm a little tone deaf. But I change tune, and now I know when that tune comes in, I know it's a sale, and God, the music's fantastic. It's the most beautiful sound to hear. Yeah, correct.
Well, awesome, Julian. So would you say altogether right now, you said you've made about $1,200 since starting, or you've made more than that? You're making about $1,200 a month. Is that correct?
Just last month. I started in November. I made 37 sales in my first month. I probably broached close to about 500 US in profits then. Of course, now I'm on Elite. I'm able to get bigger ticket items. I have a trading volume of 140,000 Sin dollars. I have a listing item limit of 1,500 items, which I don't need to reach that. Right now, I have approximately about 100 listings, and maybe about 20 of them have variations. So give and take, I have something like about 140 listings up at any one time.
Okay. Awesome.
Right.
That is awesome. That's great, Julian. We're excited to have you on the Dream Team, and excited to hear about your success. And now you're doing this all the way from Singapore. So for anybody on the webinar and they're not in the U.S., this is that this could be done outside of the U.S.
Right.
We have team members all over the place. I think the newest team member is from Finland, and so we're super excited. And Julian, we wish you continued success with what you're doing, and we'll definitely see you again soon, and we'll be back here again. We'll chat a little bit towards the end, okay?
Definitely. Okay, great. Ciao. Let's go on to the next.
All right, Lakasha, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. I'm doing good.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Kasha, tell us where you're from. Tell us what you've been doing with DS Domination, how it's changed, and just give me the whole story.
I am from Houston, Texas, Arizona originally, but I'm in Houston at the moment. And Carly J actually signed me up. Um, I've been doing it for probably a month and a half. Um, I wasn't very serious about it because I wasn't positive it was going to work. So my first month I didn't post a lot or list a lot, I guess. But I'm so far, well, the first month anyways, I made a profit of $248, which I think is pretty good for not even I'm a stay-at-home mom at the moment. I used to work 2 jobs and absolutely I just love it. I absolutely love working. But then I had kids and personal beliefs. I want to raise them. So I am blessed that my husband has a job that we were able to do that. But this helps me feel like I'm contributing, I suppose.
Great. And so you just got, I'm sorry, when did you get started? How recently was that?
I started on March 25th.
March 25th. Okay, so a little bit over a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so how many items do you have up currently?
Good question. I think I have around 100 items listed.
Great, great.
So
on average, you're making, let's see, you've only been in about a month, so that's great. That's actually great for a month that you have 100 items up. Very cool. So tell me how it was going through the modules. When you started doing the training, the modules, I mean, give me on a level of 1 to 10 the difficulty of being able to follow the instructions on the modules.
I think it was pretty easy. This is my first time doing anything like this online. I'm not super great on the computer. I just had something pop up. I'm not super great on the computer. I know how to Facebook and check my email, but that was about it.
Okay.
So it was pretty easy. Carly has been an awesome backbone. I probably would not have made it without her. I'm constantly blowing up her Facebook with questions.
Yeah. So it's great to have that type of support on your side to help you through and answer some questions that you might have. Is that correct?
Yes, she is awesome.
That's great. That's great. And have you ever done anything with eBay prior? I'm sorry. Have you ever done anything prior to this with eBay, or is this your first time?
I've bought things from eBay, but I've never done anything. I've never ever worked from home ever.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. That's very cool to hear. Kenya's taking a bunch of pictures here. Okay. So, well, very cool. So, you're able to you're staying at home, you're helping out, and so you're bringing in an extra couple $100 into the household, and so obviously every little bit counts. What's your husband think about it?
He was kind of leery at first. He was like, "Oh well, it's a pyramid scheme," is what he told me. And so I showed him a few of the videos and went over it with him, and he was like, "Okay, well, worst comes to worst, you lose $20 if it doesn't work for you, and that's not a big deal. So you can try for $20." And I was like, "Okay." So I tried, and after, let's see, I think I made my first sale 3 days in, 2 or 3 days in, I can't remember. And I was surprised. I was really surprised when it happened, but excited. I was really excited. So our goal is, he's actually probably going to start here maybe next month when work slows down a little bit for him. And our goal is to have him working from home, just from home, because we have two daughters and they're pretty small, so they're only small once.
That's true. That's awesome. Wow, that's great. That's great. And you're right. You know, for a $20 investment, 1995 investment, you know, even if you were to be like, hey, you know what, I really didn't watch any videos or whatever. Oh well, I lost $20. You know, it's not like you lost the farm or anything like that. So, $20 investment. It's like, how can you afford not to try it? You know.
Exactly, and you can quit. Like, there's no commitment. There's no 2-year commitment or anything crazy. If you're done, you're done.
Exactly. No, there's no upline yelling at you, telling you to produce. Well, Lakasha, thank you so much. That was great. I'm so glad that we finally got to meet you in person. I always call this in person because I could see the person in front of me. And so we'll talk a little bit more here in a little bit. The next person we have up is Shireen, and Shireen is. We have Kenya and I have a history with Shireen with previous companies and whatnot, and Shireen got involved in Ds Domination. I guess she saw some posts that Kenya was doing, and she's like, what's going on? And she, at the time, was a full-time RN, full-time nurse. She still is a nurse, but I'll let her tell her story here. And, you know, Shireen signed up, and I'd have to say weeks have gone by, maybe even a month or so have gone by, and I turned to Kenya one time and was like, have you heard from Shireen anymore? She goes, no, I haven't heard from her. She goes, oh, she probably quit or whatever. I was like, oh, no way. And then we get this call from Shireen out of the blue, and she's asking a question about a product and something, and we're like, Shireen, where have you been? She goes, oh, man, I've been making money. She goes, I'm making like $1,500 a month doing this. We're like, what? And then we found out, as of just recently, that was actually, now she's making up to $4,000 in a month's time. And I'll let her tell the story. I'm stealing all your thunder, Shireen. Sorry about that. But anyways, so let Shireen. Here you go, Shireen. Go ahead and talk.
Hello. Okay, let's see. Where do I start? All right. What do you want me to start with? Just DSD?
Yes. Let's start with when you got started, and then just kind of go from there and what you did as far as how it's affected your life and your job, and go from there.
All right. I started at the end of October, and at first it was just kind of a trial period. I was a nurse full-time, so working 3 nights, 3 12-hour shifts a week, which is really hard on your days because you get your days and nights confused, and it's hard to get anything accomplished. At least I could be at my kids' sporting events, but, you know, I was exhausted. So I kind of needed to make some more money than I was making, and I needed a better way. So I was just looking to do that, and I kept seeing Kenya's post on Facebook about, you know, eBay and bring this much in. So one day I finally messaged her. I was like, what are you doing? So she sent me the, you know, the first video that you get. So I watched that. Then she sent me a webinar. So I watched that. And in the webinar, I don't remember which one I had. I guess I could go back and look. But anyways, they're talking about start with your first $20 or even sell a couple of items and then get started with the first $20 so you can get all the training. I was like, okay, I'll do that. So I did that. I started with the first $20. 5 days later, I upgraded to Elite so I could do, you know, even more. And from then it's just taken off. Every time that I invested, I thought, well, this is their, you know, their money, kind of as gamblers say. You know, I wouldn't have had this money if it wasn't for them, and I'm not losing anything. So first I was a little, you know, just kind of seeing how it would work. But it's amazing. I mean, it's just crazy. And I think Roger's a genius for figuring that out. So that's how, and I just kept increasing. My first 6 weeks I made $6,000, and that's profit. That's all in PayPal. And I mean, like even showing my husband, I would show, you know, at first he was just thought it was something I was doing, didn't really pay much attention. And then I showed him when my PayPal got to like $1,200, and then I showed him like a couple days later like $1,800, and then $2,400, and I have pictures of all those. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is just going crazy. So $6,000 in my first 6 weeks, and that's like after eBay fees and all that.
Wow, that's exciting. And so now you were working as a full-time, and now what's your job situation?
Yes, I was working as a full-time nurse in the emergency room, and so now I'm PRN. I actually, in January, I told them that I wanted to go PRN, but they had to find somebody to replace my position and everything. So finally, March 24th was my first day, you know, that I actually got to go PRN, and that means as needed. So they have shifts available, and I can pick them up when I want to, you know, keep my skills and all that type of stuff, but I don't have to be as committed, and I can do a lot more with DSD now.
And so where are you at with DS Domination as far as listings, how many items you got up, and what do you
I was
average?
just trying to, figure that out. Right now I probably have about 120 up. Sometimes I have a lot more than that, but then when sometimes I don't relist automatically if I'm like filling all these orders, and then I'll finally get on and relist everything, and if it starts to slow down a little bit. And then what I like to do also is I'll go through and look to see what's selling, keep those items up obviously, and then things that aren't so well go spider and get some more items.
Well,
So I probably have about 120 listed right now.
120, awesome, awesome. And so on average, you're making what, about 4,000 a month now on average?
Probably about 4,000 to 5,000 right now, and that's PayPal alone, and that's eBay alone, and that's after PayPal takes out my fees. But then I also get more money coming in with the cashback offers, from that we learn about in Unleashed, and I get those checks. I don't get those in PayPal, and I stick those in an account that I created just for this. So I've got money building in there nonstop too.
Wow, so you're just stockpiling away all this money.
I am, yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's great to hear the success, and so what's going on for you now? Now you're going to be in Vegas as well. Is that correct?
I am, yes, VIP. And then also on the affiliate side, I've just done a little bit here and there, and so right now I've got probably about 2,000 on the affiliate side, but I'm going to do a lot more with that. I need to go and change my capture page is what I want to do. I don't like the capture page I have right now, so I need to go to the Dream Team training. I've just been so busy filling orders and all that stuff, but now that I'm not full-time, I can go, get into all that training, change my capture page, and then I'm going to go start recruiting really strong too.
Awesome, awesome. And what's your husband think about all this?
Oh, he's loving it now. Now that he sees the money, he really likes it. He actually wants to get started on some of it himself. He travels, so he's just recently got home, and he's home for the summer, so now he's about to dive in as well. So I think Vegas will be great for him to really learn it all. So he's listed a few items and started his, he's just getting started.
Awesome, awesome. That's great. Well, I tell you what, we've been, like we said, Kenya and I, we've been involved with a couple other companies, and we've been to events together and stuff like that, and so we definitely know the other aspect, the other part of the world that makes you go out there and recruit and make money and whatnot. But being able to do this from you're really in control of it. Ultimately, I mean, it depends on whether you want to decide to turn on your computer and list items, or if you just want to hang out and do whatever. But it's awesome because it gives you that opportunity to make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Definitely.
That's great. Well, cool, Shireen. We're excited. We'll talk a little bit more about Vegas in a little bit. Next person up, this gentleman's name is Tommy Rodriguez, and he's just a rock star with the Dream Team. And Tommy, why don't you take over and give us the full scoop?
All right. Well, you might be here all night because I got a little bit of ADD and I talk too much. So, anyways, long story short, Tom Rodriguez from Boston, Massachusetts. I've been doing online marketing since March 4th, 2012. So I've been doing it for right all over my face. A little bit over 2 years now, and I've been in a few different companies. Really, I got into like just a free CPA company. When I first came online, I was doing that for a couple months. Had a little bit of success, but really not a whole lot, but just enough that I saw potential in this internet marketing world. And then I jumped into another company that was pretty much my primary company for almost 2 years. I made a lot of money in that company, and at that current time, because I was doing so well in it, I actually invested $1,625 up front, and then a few months later they came out with another product. I invested $3,500. So I initially invested $5,125. Quite frankly, I made that money back 10 times. You know what I mean? And it's a phenomenal opportunity. But what I see here with DS Dominations is, the fact is that you don't have to recruit. You don't have to build teams. You don't have to worry about duplication as far as your other team members going out there recruiting people. And as much success as I had in these other companies, even at that time, my wife actually was an RN nurse as well. But because of the income that I was pulling in, I was able to retire her, and she didn't have to work if she didn't want to. And we had a baby on the way. Actually, the day before I got started in this company that I'm talking about, and I invested all that money, and that's something a lot of people aren't willing to do. you don't. I didn't have a job. She didn't have a job because she was, on leave of absence. She was, ready to give birth any minute, and I said, I'm going to invest. I'm going to go all in this thing. I don't want to, I don't want to half-ass it. Excuse my language, but I don't. And again, that's just something some people aren't willing to do. But I took the chance, and it paid off. And within 6 months, I was able to, retire her. We were living good, and everything was great. But I guess the thing is there wasn't a whole lot of duplication on my team. So what the money I was making was great, but after a while of doing it for almost 2 years, you realize your team is not making a whole lot of money, and that got to me. So I joined DS Dominations in August of 2013, and I saw it, but I was just in another opportunity, so I really wasn't doing much. So my wife was doing the eBay listings, but like up to recently, the last month or two, I've been listing a lot more myself. I've been doing this stuff. I've been promoting it and bringing on to people, and it feels good because I have people on my team, whether they're a massive recruiter or not, they can use the training here and make money off eBay. And that's what I like about it, because at the end of the day, no matter how good of a recruiter or sponsor you are, you want your teams to make money. And with this opportunity, I can tell you that it really is that simple. You just $20, you get your foot in the door, you go through the training that Roger teaches, which is phenomenal training. It is literally step-by-step, over-the-shoulder training. You really can't go wrong, especially for the price. And it's a win-win. If you can copy-paste and do a little bit of titles and stuff like that, I mean, anybody can really win in this company. And I don't know. I'm excited. This company has, as I've been thinking about it more and more the past couple of days, and it really has become one of my favorite companies. The more I think about it, the more simplicity it is, because, like I said, at the end of the day, you want other people to make money as well, not just yourself. And I believe Jim Ron said it, that if you help enough people get what they want, in return you'll get what you want. So I believe in that. So as far as income, with this company, again, I've had other companies. I have multiple streams of income, but really I'm starting to think that I want to just make this just a full-time income by itself. But on the affiliate side, I think I've done just, I think, shy of $2,000 lifetime commissions. The eBay side, I think last month I did $1,500 to $2,000. I think just again, very part-time. Just following the training, all that from a $20 investment, and that's all just from the pro. I haven't even really gone thoroughly through the elite training or the unleashed or the monopoly, and I'm definitely happy to be here. When I was first presented this opportunity, I had something else going on that I just got in. He hit me up about it, and I was like, oh man, I just got in something else. I really don't want to put too much on my plate, and I didn't look at it for a little while, but I did jump in just because after talking with him and hearing about it a little bit more, I just jumped in and had my wife do it. And it's just easy. It's so easy a caveman can do it. I mean, so to speak. I mean, I don't know. It's how easy it is, and I really believe that the company training that they teach here is you can't really saturate it either too. The training, you can't, because there's billions of items out there, and no matter how many eBayers you have on eBay listing, there's millions of items, billions of items, and it's just really, it really is simple. I don't want to sound like a broken record over here, but if there's something I missed, if you got other questions that I didn't hit on right now, feel free to ask. Like I said, I could go on all night because it is exciting.
No, I think you basically nailed it right on the head. What's so cool about this is that you're dealing with eBay and Amazon, and these are household names. These are names that everyone's heard of. I mean, if you haven't heard of eBay or Amazon, then you either don't own a computer or you don't own a computer or a TV, because I mean, these are multi billion-dollar companies. And what Ds Domination is doing is just utilizing the products of these companies, which makes it so easy to talk about and so easy to talk to people about, because you're not trying to reinvent, or you're not trying to tell somebody, oh, I've purchased this, I got this really cool soap that really cleans your clothes really, really good, you should buy it. I mean, you really don't. When people ask you what you do, I tell them I sell items on eBay. I have a training platform, and they're like, wow. And the first question I get is, wait a minute, you know how to sell on eBay? Can you teach me how? I was like, yeah, sure, I can teach you how. It's simple. You know, because everybody, I think, ultimately gets to a point where there's just a level of intimidation because they think of eBay as this big auction website, and if you got to put your bid in and hurry up and get your product or whatever it is. But it's actually, Ds Domination has opened my eyes to an entire new way of looking at eBay. And I don't know about you panelists, if you guys can chime in at any time, but what was it, or what is it about when you're trying to talk to somebody about what you do, or when people are asking you how do you make some extra money or whatever, what's the topic of conversation when you're talking to people? Anybody could feel free to jump in.
Say that, repeat that question.
What's like the topic of conversation when you're trying to explain what you do for a living? If you explain to somebody that you do Ds Domination, because eBay and Amazon are such household names, it's not that hard to explain to these people what you do, because they already know what eBay and Amazon are.
But for me, personally, I just, like, this is just me, but I just send my capture page, you know. I tell them to go, you know, put their name, email, watch the video, breaks down. But in layman terms, for somebody that might not understand capture pages, or, you know, just somebody just general, yeah, I tell them pretty much just, you know, I drop ship on eBay. I find suppliers, I list it on eBay, I list it for a high profit, I ship it out, and from the supplier to them. Pretty much just how Roger does explain it, and just really like a 30-second conversation. If I'm really breaking it down, and if I'm referencing just what I've done online, I tell people I use the internet to leverage my time, as well as you know, sell products and business opportunities. That's how I was always broken it down to when people ask me what I do for a living. And I think people always thought it was foreign when I've said stuff like that, because people are like, you don't have a job? What is a job? And again, nothing against jobs. I have nothing against it, because I had more jobs than birthdays, to be honest with you, my whole life. And I used to get laid off left and right. You know, or I felt like I was being underpaid, and I hated having a boss, because I have a problem with authority. I hate being told what to do. Like, I'm serious. I'm just saying. Anyways, I'm gonna pass it over, but the leverage that you can use with the internet, and especially with this company, I mean, it doesn't make sense to just make money when you work, and it makes more sense to make money when you're sleeping, you're at the beach, when you're with your family. I have a 21-year-old daughter now, 21-month-old, excuse me. As I said, my wife was pregnant, and the time that I get to spend with her, I mean, it's priceless. We only have one life to live. We can always get more money, but we're not going to get more time. And it's a great opportunity that you guys could do it here. So if you're watching this video, I'm gonna send you the link. I guarantee if you get in for $20 and you treat this like $1 million business, yeah, the rewards are definitely going to be way more than what you put out.
Great. That's great. Thanks, Tommy. Appreciate that. Really great.
Again, I get carried away. So,
awesome. Carly, what do you think? Give me some thoughts.
Unmute. Sorry. I happen to totally agree with Tony. There's so much. I'm sorry, it made me laugh because I totally identify with him. I've always been the type of person that works better by myself than I do for other people. So having such an amazing system to where you can set your own hours, you can do it when you want to do it, do a lot of listings, do a little listings, It's really entirely up to you, depending on what your goal is. If you're trying to make a little bit of extra cash, do it part-time. If you're looking to replace your income, do it all the time. So I absolutely love it, and it's just the easiest thing I have ever done. I've done a lot of different stuff online, from blogging to network marketing companies to a lot of different stuff, and I have to say that the business model is the absolute easiest thing ever. The first person that asked me about DS Domination from a post I did on Facebook on my first week, they said, well, what do you think? I said, honestly, it's so easy, it's ridiculous. And that's the truth.
Yeah. It's almost too good to be true sometimes. It's almost too good to be true sometimes. You think about it, and you like try and explain the simplicity of it, and people are like, no, really, what's the catch? No, there's no catch. Just you find items and you turn around and you sell them on eBay, and when they ship, then you go to the place where you sold it from, where you're going to buy it from, and buy it and ship it directly to the buyer, and you never have to touch it. And so that's just kind of clarification that for those of you that are watching this webinar, you are not actually keeping any inventory in your house. You're not filling your garage with a bunch of blow dryers or combs or anything like that. You're actually drop shipping, which is a term that is referred to posting an item, and then you're selling that item. When that item sells, then you go to the product source, whichever website it is that you found that product, and you will purchase it and you will ship it directly to the buyer without it ever showing up at your front door. It just shows directly up at the door of the buyer that purchases. So that's what we mean in regards to drop shipping. Well, listen, we're super excited. We're running low on time here. We got a couple minutes left. DS Domination, we have an event coming up at the end of May in Las Vegas, Nevada, and that's where kind of we're going to be able to see. That's where we're going to be able to see a good portion of the team, and you know, Roger, Hitesh, and Kevin, who have mastermind DS Domination, will be unveiling new stuff, and there'll be some training and whatnot. So those of you that are going to be able to be there, that's going to be awesome. We know that due to restrictions of distances and whatnot, not everybody's going to be there. But if you are watching this and you are in DS Domination and you have an opportunity, you definitely do not want to miss the first event in Las Vegas, Nevada. That is kind of where a lot of what you see online and everything just kind of gels together, and you get to meet people and you're going to hear a success story out of a success story of people that have made tremendous amounts of money. And I think I think I saw a post on Facebook. There was a person that made over $17,000 in profit in 1 month selling on eBay, so using the DS Domination system. So that's an amazing position to be in, and that's really good money. So so let's see here. Anyone else have any last couple thoughts? Any last couple thoughts they want to talk about real quick?
Just take action. Just take action. Get in. Get in, and I mean, you'll like what you see for $20. I mean, you can't even get a full tank of gas for $20. You can't go to the movies. You can't do anything with $20 except with DS Dominations. For $20, you can change your life, and you can change your bank account, your family's life, and I mean, I'm excited to be a part of this thing. I kind of do. I'm not gonna say regret, but I do kind of regret a little bit not going through the training, even though I had other stuff going on that I was making money in. I kind of wish I did go through this a little bit sooner, because sometimes I think, where the hell was this when I first started online? Don't get me wrong. I love communication. I love meeting people. I love building relationships with people. But I was always thinking. I was thinking the other day, like, if I learned how to do this when I first came online, and I didn't have to recruit, build teams, and all that other stuff, I feel like I would have had less of a headache sometimes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Again, I don't regret doing those things because I built a lot of great relationships with a lot of great people. I built up a name for myself as well. But this is something great that I think anybody can get into, fund whatever business that they want to fund, or just do this as a full-time income, and it's a great opportunity. So that's it for me, and yeah, that's just click the link or wherever you're seeing this, take massive action. It's worth it.
Awesome. Awesome. Shreen, give me 2 words, 2 last words. What do you recommend for people watching this right now?
Just get started and max out your listings right at first while you're getting started. List everything you can, find out what sells, and then take it from there.
Awesome. Natasha, give me 2 words. What do you recommend for those just getting started?
Oh, I was going to say start now, but I think somebody already said that.
Well, no, that's great advice.
You do it this way, you make money.
Awesome. Julian, give me 2 words. What do you recommend for those people that are on the fence, not sure what they're going to do right now?
I don't know. I don't think 2 words can best describe it. All I can say is that I mean, here are people who have succeeded, who have proven that $20 is well spent. Okay? And literally, I think we are a 50,000 strong membership worldwide.
Yes.
We all can't be wrong. We all can't be conned. We all couldn't be blind. So all of us are doing something right here on DSD. Jump in, list it, like what Shireen said, max it out, you can't go wrong.
Great. Judy, last couple words, what do you have for us?
Just keep listing, and the rest will come.
Awesome. Awesome. And Carly, let's end it.
List daily. Those are my 2 words. List daily.
All right, all right. Well, for those of you that are watching, definitely get back with the person that invited you to this webinar, and you will get with them, and they have a link for you that you can sign up through. So if you were invited by somebody, you definitely want to get back to that person that invited you and talk with them, and they can answer any questions that you might have. For our panelists, I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure to be working with you guys. It's a pleasure to see all your success stories online and on Facebook. And for most of you, we look forward to seeing you. We look forward to seeing everybody at one point or another, but we definitely look forward to those of you who are going to be in Vegas in about another 20 days or so. And that's all I have for today. So I want to thank the panelists again, Judy, Carly, Julian, Akasha, Shireen, and Tommy, thank you again, and we wish you guys all the best of success, and we'll see you next week. And also, one last thing, we will be having we have one more hangout tomorrow night. Can I announce it? Okay, there is another hangout tomorrow night. It's going to be more goal-oriented, how to set up goals, how to unleash your potential, and so definitely you'll see a link for that in your email. All right. Take care, everybody. You all have a good night, and we'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.